Circulation builds upon two important qualities of architectural philosophy: the passage of daylight through the days and seasons, along with the passage of people through zones and spaces. These qualities are analyzed in the following presentation through data visualizations and massing explorations to arrive at a holistic approach to site, envelope, and program. This analysis will culminate in a proposed expansion to one of the oldest departments of journalism in the United States.
Eugene, Oregon is set between two mountain ranges and features several natural and artificial landmarks along its horizon. Spencer and Skinner Buttes can be seen from only a few stories above ground level, and several local forests and parks define the skyline by towering over all but a couple man-made structures. The University of Oregon is placed between the informal edge of downtown Eugene to its west, a cinder cone park called Hendricks to its east, and the Willamette River to its north. Campus is well connected to both wildlife and green transportation and is widely considered a self-contained town in its own right.
The main building for the UO School of Journalism is a heavily modified version of the original 1922 structure. For years, there have been 4 major renovations including expansion, demolition, and landscape design, and the university is currently seeking approximately 20,000 more square feet for their ever-expanding programs offered through the school. Our early studies through the mapping of data and human needs allowed us to form the following hypothesis, as well as the problems and purposes that would likely come from our study.
Allen Hall's expansion will require a structure that builds upon the circulation and norms of the existing building while allowing sunlight and the passage of time to be visually expressed deep into the complex. Potential problems include over and underexposure to sunlight depending on the time of day and year, as well as different expectations of circulation efficiency depending on outside weather and thermal comfort.
Throughout this presentation, we will reference the following icons that we have defined as important qualities worth exploration. We have subdivided light into 5 qualities of direct, incidental, scattered, diffused, and glow. Desired social spaces are edge, flex, and versatile, and our filtering methods are cutouts, louvers/fins, scale, screen, and opacity. With these defined qualities, we began by cross-referencing each grouping with the patterns set forth by university planning to understand which qualities need to be referenced in each area of the project. The 4 patterns we chose to focus on are main building entrance, universal access, flexibility/longevity, and existing uses/replacement.
Early in our design analysis, we realized the importance of trees on a campus designated as an arboretum. Due to this, we chose to spend extra time researching the different species on campus and existing precedents for how planted zones on campus utilize density and solid barriers to break apart light and define circulation paths. The information we gathered allowed us to build upon these precedents through the landscape design and the facade details that you'll see later in this presentation.
Part of our work so far has involved mapping local phenomena around the site and finding patterns that we could weave into our structure. Special attention was shown to green spaces, social gradients, and accessibility, while other focuses were on the enclosure of outdoor spaces and the function and thickness of transportation arteries.
Through the mapping exercises, we created moves that would go on to define the massing of our structure. Starting with the unfortunately traditional rectangular form, we used the primary circulation strategies to break it apart between new and existing spaces. This was the basis for our physical massing study that eventually ended with a functional triangular form and a desired panoramic view to trim the structure's edge, as well as the overarching goal of fitting all the programmatic elements. This is Allen Hall and Friendly Hall, as well as the green zones around each of them. Sun, believe it or not, rises in the east, sets in the west. Fall and spring show pretty even amounts of north-south winds, but southern wind dominates in winter.
The site sits just off of the major campus axis of University Street and 13th Avenue.
Our preliminary work with this form involved doing radiance analysis to make sure we weren't creating a corridor devoid of natural light, as well as an expectation to supplement light to the windows on Allen Hall's existing facade.
The client emphasized connecting the expansion to these two stretches, as well as students and staff exiting the student union towards their classes.
In 3D, you can see how sunlight and tree canopy informed the shading strategies, as well as how defining the outdoor room between the new building and existing friendly hall creates an opportunity for programmed and user-defined spaces. This pathway allows spring and summertime users to take the guided path into the public and student programmatic elements within the basement level, and the secondary entrance, usually covered by foliage, becomes visible in the fall and winter to allow a more direct entrance in the colder months.
In analyzing the given program, as well as aspects additionally requested through research and interviews with students and staff, we settled on the following organization by floor. One that closely matches the existing and connected elements of Allen Hall. Each floor is defined through intended user, working with mostly public on the lowest floors and getting progressively more private as you ascend.
By floor, the basement level consists of public use studios, student material checkout, updated media labs, and the main lobby. The first floor has the secondary entrance and is mainly classroom spaces and semi-public research settings. The second floor, like the connected facade of Allen Hall, is mainly offices and meeting spaces for staff and the graduate student workforce. The third floor provides additional staff offices and a computer lab, which is located along the corridor linking to the labs in the existing building. Lastly, the roof level has a public stair leading to the rooftop terrace and a private stair to the upper level of the Sports Innovation Institute. This allows both private events to be held, as well as a chance for the general public to look out from the above surrounding buildings to see Hayward Field, the EMU, nearby buttes, and the sunrise and the sunset.
Building circulation follows the motif of the circulation paths on the existing site, but allows users to walk both inside and outside the structure depending on their final destination. Vertical circulation utilizes an existing fire stair at the facade of Allen Hall, as well as a ceremonial stair on the east facade that accomplishes both wayfinding within the structure and a visual connection to the planted zone outside. A new fire stair and elevator core within the expansion satisfies code compliance.
The exterior facade study we are currently exploring involves connecting interior and exterior elements together through light. Strategically placed louvers, egg crate detail, and light shelves work together with the solar orientation in nearby planted zones to cut harsh sunlight in the warmer months and allow vital daylight in Oregon's famously dark winters.
As always, we're double-checking our design direction with quantitative analysis to make sure that design philosophy and formal qualities don't overtake the functionality and efficiency of the spaces we design.